Hello, this is Victor. I'm here with a new video, and in this video I will explain how I'm painting the Hexbane warband. Okay, so I have painted one, and I'm painting. I will use this guy for the tutorial. I'm painting them in these colors. Okay, a lot of browns of different tonalities, and I'm using this guy because I will also paint. I will try to paint this from the Curse City as a tutorial. So in order of not doing two witch hunters, so I will do this type of warrior that is a little bit different, and then we have a tutorial on two different miniatures as well. These miniatures have better access to the different parts. So I'm going to start painting. I will start by the trousers, I guess. I will start with the trousers. And I'm playing with browns and dark colors. So in that case I will use, I'm hesitating if I will use a clear color in the trousers and then darker. Yeah, I will use Aggaros dunes. So it's, you see that I will use a lot of contrast at the beginning. I have a lot of browns in contrast, and I will use them to do the first layers. So I will do this type of trousers, and then here is where I'm checking where this is a thing that is covering these shoes. And then I will do the okay. So this is very special. No, because it's like a very leathery. So I will use because I'm studying a little bit more the miniature. So this is like the open trousers. So you open like that. And it's the same part, it's not an added part, so it have to be the same color all around. So I think I will go for Snakebite leather and a dark color on the top, but I will go quite dark anyway. So I will do all the miniature quite dark. We can even use black, but I will use, yes, in that case, Snakebite leather on the trousers, okay? And then a darker color on the top part. So again, this is not much mystery. We apply this, and this Snakebite leather is a very nice color to do woods and leathers. So I think for me work well in both applications. In that case we are going to have a lighter leather color. You can also use, well, I will use this one, also can be black trousers for example, but I think if I do everything very dark, then you lose a little bit of the, so I prefer to use here a lighter color on the trousers. Then we will need to play with different browns to the bags and everything. You can see I'm not using a very detailed brush to do that. I go over all these buttons. We are going to pinpoint the buttons later on. Okay, what I try to avoid is to go over the shoes. When I'm painting with contrast, I try to be as well clean while painting, and not to go over the other parts, because if not you need to clean it before applying the next contrast paint, and I want to play with them. I try to be as clean as possible. Of course there will be places where you will be a little bit more messy. If this is happening, try to remove a little bit the paint. So, and that's all. Okay. So you can see, and I try to put what I like on a Snakebite leather. If you do two layers, you can make quite a dark color. So you can. It's a very nice color to do leathers as well. I mean light leathers. If you want a darker one, then you have to use another contrast paint. You can see we have a lot of details being pop up just with one go. Okay, now okay, you can see, and then here we want to do this leather part. Okay, like that. Perfect. And this now is ready to dry. I have all this contest paint. I think I wanted to put a little bit of thinner. It's a little bit, but it's okay. Okay, so next, a color that I'm using a lot and I'm liking a lot more and more is Garghak Seaward. This color is the one I use for the jacket of this guy. The same color I use for the jacket of this one. Okay, so very interesting color, and I will use it as well for the top part of this, so the leather that goes under the armor parts. Okay, so we are going to apply it here. It's a very interesting brown, and I think it's almost, for me it's in one go you have a very nice brown for leather. Okay, I prefer to use it in the bigger parts. You can also use it as to belt, for example, other parts, but in that case I will use it for the top cloth of this guy. Here we have a belt, okay, like that. Okay, it goes like that. So just be careful, because this guy have a lot of belts. And here I think I went over the back. Oh, I know it's here. It's not well defined where the back. I think here there is a fold of the cloth that goes over the back. Okay. So you can see that I try to be careful and not to dirten everything. Okay, like that. If you dirten where you have to put metallic, it's not going to be a big deal. But if you're dirtening a place where you want to put another contrast, you have to be careful. Is the next contrast will be able to cover or not the mistake. Most of the time the contrasts are not good in coverage, so you need a clean surface if you're looking for a clean finishing of the contrast. Of course, there can be cases where you prefer to have some mistakes. Okay, I will let this dry, and I will do the handle of the axe, because I want to do the skin tone. But before, you need to always do first this part, because it's easy to dirten the skin. So always look what is the best order. And here, yeah, I will use Grunta. You can see I'm playing with a lot of browns. This is the tricky part. You will need a lot of browns, or play with with the color of the browns for the different tonalities. This Grunta will give this type of reddish wood. That I think can be quite interesting. Okay, Grunta is also very interesting color, very nice. And as I applied different contrasts, now I will wait that they dry, and I come back for the next step. So this how looks like. This contrast is not fully dry, but it's almost. So there is no risk anymore. A little bit shiny, but we are going to solve this later on. Now I'm going to do the bells, and I'm going to use a very dark brown again. We can even use black if we want, but I think I will use dark brown. I'm going to work. And this dark brown is Wildwood. I need to find into my collection. Here it is, this Wildwood. Okay, very dark brown. And I will do. I know that everything will look pretty similar at the end. This is quite dark. We are going to play with the highlights to make them look different later on. This is, I admit that it's very close to the Garghak Sewer. Is also very nice brown to make leather. So between the two, I don't know which one I will choose. I think I like more the Garghak, or Garghak, or how it's called. What's the name? The Garghak Sewer. I think I like it more. But these ones to do bells and so on, it's also very good one. So we want he's having quite a thick bells. Yeah, well, these are two bells. One that goes up, then we have the part where he's putting this. And I will use another leather color for the back and the protector of the butcher knife. Or butcher, is a butcher axe? I don't know what this is called exactly in English. I like the detail of the damage on the armor layer. This guy is supposed to be a tank. I will do as well the shoes. Okay. So I will do the other shoe and I'm back for the next step. Next, I'm going to paint the skin, and here I prefer to go for a light skin because having so many browns, I will not go for very dark skin in the case, more for contrasting purposes. So I'm going to use Darkoath Flesh. Is the lighter of the contrast skins. We're going to apply this. Here. The head. Just checking that I cover all what is needed. And we do the hand as well. Okay. So I will do the other hand too, at the bottom, and I'm back once this is done and dry. Next step, I'm going to use Ironbreaker and do all the armor parts. Okay. So you can start. We can start from the top and go down. And we are going to do all the armor plates and the axe. Okay, and I don't know if there is any, and all the things that are metallic. Okay. Again, here there is not much mystery. Try to apply it without dirtying the leather parts. Okay, if not, you will need to clean up them later on. Okay. Okay, so I will keep doing that, and I'm back for the next step. Okay, next step, I'm going to use Aggaros Dunes on the... I don't remember the name in English of this part. Okay. We are going to put light wood. Important not to dirten the metal. Because it happens like that, it flows a little bit off. Yes, okay. Make it thinner with some water until it's not visible. We are going to do a wash with Agrax Earthsahde, so this will be then completely non-visible. Okay, something like that. Now I'm going to go back to Grunta because I missed some parts that I wanted to do with Grunta before. Yeah, looking for the color, sorry. Here it is. We are going to do the other axe that I forgot to do, the hammer, sorry. The hammer handle. Okay, I forgot some of this wood here. I will do it later. And I will do as well the handle of the butcher axe or knife. I don't know if it's in Spanish called butcher axe. Maybe it's a hatchet in English. Now I'm going to use snakebite leather. Snakebite leather, sorry. This one. I will apply on the back all the remaining leather parts. So was the back, and then all this, the protection of the knife and some of the bells we have here, okay? Also, if you play how much on the application, you can put more or less, it will create more or less intensity. This is one thing that I like from contrast paints. Even playing with the same contrast, you can achieve different finishings. Okay. I will go back to this wood that I missed here and some of the bells. I will, yeah, for the bells I'm using again Wildwood. We'll change now to a more precise brush. To the parts I missed here. I'm going to take some white, because as I did, so if I want to apply a nice Aggaros dunes, I need to clean up before. So you can clean up with white or with any light color. And now I will wait that these whites and I will apply Aggaros later. Okay, so this is how it looks like. I also did here these ones. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take Aggaros dunes, sorry, not Aggaros dunes, Agrax Earthsahde, this one, the wash, and we are going to wash the miniature. Okay, this will give this dark and weathered look that I like to give to this. These are people that have been, and I started, you can see I put a lot of here, maybe we'll need to clean, but be sure that you cover well here between the armor and the head. If you dirt them, we are going to clean it later on, and I start. And I like, you can see, I like the look of the armor. This armor is great. I think Games Workshop did here a super nice job giving all this texture to this metal. The white will really make this metal to pop up and will look really amazing. Okay, so I'm going to apply this on the whole miniature and I'm back once it has dried. Okay, so this is how it looks like once the wash have dried, and now we are going to start doing the highlights. So I will start with the face to do, well, highlights and details is what I mean. So I will start doing the face. To do the face first I will do a white color. Okay, I will use, need to put a little bit of scar white. Okay. And we are going to apply this in the eye. Let's see if I find my small brush. Here it is. I will remove it, when I do this I will remove it from the support. I'm going to take a little bit. And we just apply like that. Then on the other side, he has a big scar, so I will only apply. Imagine that he lost his eye, so I will only apply white like that. And that's all. Okay. Now I will use black. Again, I will put fresh black on my palette. I want it to be. We are going to put a little bit. He seems to be looking to one side. A little bit more. Okay, like that. Now I will go to my flesh colors. have on the other side of the white palette. I will put as well some, I have here some fresh skin tone, but I will need some fresh Bugman Glow. The one I have, I think it's quite dry. Let me just check. I think putting some water, yeah, it will be okay. Putting some water, and I will do the same on the dark skin, just in case I wanted to make some of a dark color in the. And I will also water down. I will use administrative green as well. So, sorry, not administrative green, Dawnstone. So I start with the light one. And I will go there. Clean up a little bit this. I'll take a little bit of Bugman Glow. Bugman Glow will mix with the color I'm using is Kislev Flesh. Okay, something like that. Now we'll take Bugman Glow. I will take even a darker color. I will take this one from scale 75. Okay. Not this one, sorry, this one from scale 75. Okay, Indian Shadow. And I will apply it here in this scar. Okay. Now we'll need a little bit of Kislev of Cadian Flesh tone. So we'll put some Cadian Flesh. I'm working with Kislev Flesh, Cadian Flesh, Bugman Glow, and as well I will use, so these are, let me show the colors I'm using for the skin. So for the skin I'm using this Cadian Flesh tone. I will be using Flayed Flesh, Bugman Glow, and when I find it, Kislev Flesh. Here it is. These are the colors I'm using. Okay, this is the Kislev Flesh. So I will be playing with these colors that I have in my white palette. I use this one for the scar, and I will also be using Dawnstone to do the grease shave head. Okay. So I will now use Cadian Flesh tone that is a little bit darker to clean up here a little bit, because it was dirty with the. And here I want to go for very pallid flames. This way I don't use deep shades. I'm mainly playing with a lot of light colors. Okay, I will be using a lot as well. Flayed Flesh. That's a very pale color. And I will go with Flayed Flesh here. Here I will go next to the scar. Okay. I will use now Bugman Glow to create some shade in the eye, or next to the eye. The one here. Now I will change bigger brush. This is too small now. We'll use some Cadian Flesh. With some shading. And Kislev to one more pen. And then we'll use now Dawnstone, quite thin, and I will apply it on the hair, on the head. Go down. You want to be thin, so it's a little bit transparent. We'll leave the cut open. We need to go down here a little bit. Upper we have to touch almost the ear. And at the back it's better to go a little bit down. And same on this side. Now I will take Bugman Glow first to thin down. It's too dark there, the shade, so I want to make it softer. I think the shade there was too pronounced. And then I will take Cadian. At the bottom of the eye, it's good to put some shade. So I use Bugman Glow. That's in here. And now I take Kislev. As you can see, I did not wash the brush on purpose, so I have some pinkish. Now I wash it, because I want to go really pink there, in this part. And now I will take fresh Kislev, and I will apply it on the cheek. I will take just a very little of a dark color. We can use a brown. I want to do some shading under the eye. And now I will take Bugman Glow first. I will take directly. You need to balance sometimes the color that you want to use. This Cadian Flesh stone is a little bit too diluted for what I wanted, but it will work. So take some Cadian Flesh stone, clean a little bit the brush. And we're going to limit the area of the eye. Now the eye is a little more visible. I will put some shade here at the top of the nose. Now I take again the very dark color. I will go a little bit more on in the scar. And now I will take white. I will ensure that I only have white in the middle of the eye. Okay, and now take again dark brown. Any dark brown will do. And I do it like that. Now we have. Yeah, I will take a little more gray. And I will go down a little bit. I will take, because there is like a scratch there, you can even make an additional scar if you want. So I will take the very dark skin tone. And I will create another scar. Even if it's not existing, it's not a problem. And I think like that is good enough. Now we are going to work on the leather. And I will work first on this part. I will try to make different what is the jacket or the leather shirt versus compared to the rest. So for the leather shirt I will go more on greenish colors, and I will use Gothor Brown. Got some on my palette. And I will use Baneblade Brown. Put here this the Baneblade Brown. And I will go more grayish on this parts. Put some water to dilute it a little bit. Okay. And we are going to work with Gothor Brown, and as well I will put on my palette Dryad Bark. Okay, and I have black already that I can use in case I need a very deep shade. Okay, and let's start the work. So I will take first Gothor Brown. Let's do here the sleeve. And we put some Gothor Brown on the highlights, where we want the highlights. It's quite thin, as you can see. Maybe I think it's too much. Okay. Now it's better. Good. if you think it too much, we'll go into the recess if we don't, and we don't want that. I take a little bit of black because I want to be sure that this part here is dark. Now we go back to Gothor Brown, and then we'll do this. Okay. We have to be careful because here at the front we have bells more than the jacket. Okay, so you just want to put Gothor Brown where there are no bells. And now I will use a little bit of the black again, because there I went by mistake. It was too close to the armor. Okay, let's do this sleeve first. Then I will do the rest off camera. So now I'm using Baneblade Brown. This much a lighter color. And I do this type of highlights. Okay. Here we go. And you combine with the Gothor Brown to balance the color. At the bottom, I will highlight my name with Gothor Brown. And then at the top of the sleeve, I will add some Baneblade Brown. Okay. So back here I will also add a little bit of Baneblade Brown. And if I see that it's too much, then I go just with Gothor Brown. And I think I make it a little bit darker. I will do the back and the other sleeve like that, and I'm back to the next step. Okay, next step, I'm going to use XV88. Okay. I will put some there. I will use XV88 and I will use ZAmesi Desert if needed. Okay, so this color here, I will use ZAmesi Desert, and I will also use this one, Rhinox Hide. Okay, and with these three colors, we are going to do the other part of the leather. We'll take a little bit more of this one. Okay, and I will turn the palette because it's going to be easier for me to work. And we are going to highlight the trousers. First I will use XV88. And I will highlight what I already have some highlight. I will also use Mourfang Brown, okay, in case I need to make it a little bit more soft. The change, and as I said, I will have XV88 XV Rhinox Hide in case I need to do some touches. So I'm using XV88. Here I went too much, I put too much, but this is not a problem. I'll come with the Rhinox Hide. We mix it a little bit. We can even use a little bit of Mourfang Brown. Okay. Do that, and then we put more from brown. It's almost like glazing. And now I will take more from already diluted. I will just go over this to make it a little bit lighter. Very hard feeling is too dark there. Then on the edge here, for example, I will come first with XV88. Then I will use Rhinox Hide where I want to make, I need to make the shades darker, and in that case I will even use a little bit of ZAmesi Desert. Okay, and I will put some at the bottom, and then no. Let's take it out of here, it's going to be easier to manipulate. And using XV88 in this foam. As it is too thick, I will come with Rhinox Hide. Make that thinner. No. Mourfang Brown. And I will put XV88 in the middle. And here I didn't realize that I wanted a little bit more Mourfang Brown. So you try to balance the color. Sometimes you have to go back when you see how everything looks like. Now I can put just some XV88, doing like that. Okay, and we're going to do like that the rest of the trousers. I'm going to do as well the back. Okay. ZAmesi Desert you want to use it very little, and I'm mainly using its V88 and Mourfang Brown at the end. Sometimes you need to change your mind once you start seeing how the colors match. Again, we need to use Rhinox Hide, cover some, and here on the bells, to distinguish from the jacket, I will also use XV88. Except on these parts that I prefer to use Mourfang Brown, because it will contour better with the wood. Okay, so I will do the rest of the trousers and as well the other bells, and I'm back for the next step. Okay, so this how it looks like now that I have done the trousers and the bells. Now I'm going to add a little bit of shine on the metallic because it's a little bit too much tool. So I'm going to use Ironbreaker and we are going to dry brush it very softly. So let's start. I'm using quite a big brush for that, but not the biggest. So I'm using a standard size brush from Games Workshop. Let's take a paper to dry it a little bit more. So I want to start very soft and see how this is progressing. So I'm going to start with the axe, and you want to start from the edge to inside. Okay. You can go a little bit heavier where you have a lot of dark, because I want to eliminate the dark finishing in some places, and here you want to be softer. Okay, like that. And I will do the same in the armor. Okay, I want the armor to look a little bit more less brown, a little bit more. And in some places a little bit brighter than the others. Yeah, especially go where you have the scratches and the rivets, so you can make them pop up, and keep the recesses in very dark color, because this is giving a nice contrast. Okay, take a little bit more. And I said, the texture they give to this guy, it's super nice, and it's helping a lot to have a nice finishing. I think here Games Workshop really did a very nice finishing with the texture. They did a really great job, and this is helping a lot with some dry brushing. You just make this texture to pop up, and you really give the sensation of metallic. Okay. So as I did this, I will do the back, and I will also do on the hammer and so on, and I'm back for the next step. Okay, so this is how it looks like once we have done all the washes, all the dry brushing, sorry. And now I'm going to take a brighter metallic. It's going to be this one, the silver from Interpaint, and we are going to do some additional scratches on the miniature. So I'm going to start again with the axe. We are going to go like that at the edge to make it the edge a little bit brighter. And then you can see here there is a scratch. I will go next to this scratch and do like that. You want to be very subtle. This is why I did first the dry brushing to lighten the color, and now I add some additional highlights. I will not do it in all the places. Spikes. You mainly want to do some of the exposed edges. For example, these ones will be quite exposed. Okay, and it will help to frame the armor. Just go where, and then where you have damage on the armor, you can help to pop up this damage going next to it with a brighter color. Okay. Rivets. Just the idea is to add a little bit more contours in some places. Here I'll go for even a thinner brush. And I will do. And when you do this, only do it in one side. Okay, when you want to pop up a scratch, don't do both sides, just do one side. We are going to pop up as well the rivets and the spikes, and again I'm going to do this. You want that the armor looks used but not completely weathered or rusted. Okay, this is the main purpose here. So I want it to look that has received some damage, but he's not a zombie or something like that, right? He will take some care. Of the armor, because at the end his life will depend on the maintenance. But of course the armor has seen some action. Here I will take a little bit of dark brown because I went a little bit over the skin, but I will just do like that. And I think like that the armor is looking good. I also add a little bit of highlight on the buckle to make it pop up a little bit more. And we have done the brushing on the hammer. Okay. Okay. We're almost done. Only the wood is missing. So first I'm going to do something for. First I'm going to do the light blue wood. Here I'm going to use ZAmesi Desert. Okay, same color I use to highlight some. Okay, I still have it in my palette, and we're going to do quite some extreme highlight to put some water. We're going to put more here. Okay. And now I'm going to change the direction of the palette, and I will use Mourfang Brown and Deathclaw. So Mourfang Brown, this one. No, this is Vestigial. So it's very similar, of course. This Darkoath. Okay, somewhere I put it. So this is a Mourfang Brown, and I lost the Deathclaw. Here it is. Okay, I'm going to use these two colors and to give a more orangey highlights on the wood. Okay, and we can put a little bit of the claw. And the point to add that claw is to make it different from this one. For example, I will just highlight it with that claw because it's already very light. And I will keep the brown, the dark brown, in the middle. What you can do is take the claw, with the Mourfang Brown now. See, like that. And I think we have a nice paint job. And I think I will finish here the painting of these guys. So that's all for, what is this? Okay. That's all for this tutorial. So I hope you have enjoyed this one. Please give a like if you have liked this video. Share if you think other people can be interested. As usual, thanks a lot for watching, and see you again later. Bye.